Champions Cup semi-final number one, folks. How's your blood pressure after that one? Nobody told Northampton it was supposed to be a 14-point differential. Just the 3 points. Proper edge of your seat stuff at the finish. We'll go through some key events and some stats, and you guys can let us know your thoughts. But ultimately, Leinster through to that final in London in a few weeks' time. But like I said, credit to Northampton for actually making a game of it, because for a while it was looking like Northampton were kind of dead and buried at Croke Park. Massive crowd, big atmosphere. I mean, geez, they said that 80-odd thousand tickets were sold out within 3 hours. That's a big effort on the behalf of the fans, and they were treated to a proper display. They even had to delay the start of the game because they had to allow all the fans to enter the stadium and find their seats, which was not a problem for me because it was a 4:30 kickoff for me in New Zealand, so a little bit later. That didn't bother me. I got up a little bit late to watch it anyway, so was able to kind of watch it on catch up. And both sides kind of made errors early. I mean, Northampton's line-out was malfunctioning a bit, and Leinster conceded a penalty at scrum time, so neither side came out of the blocks absolutely firing. But that being said, it only took Leinster 11 minutes to get themselves on the board. James Lowe. And it was quick thinking, man. Gibson Park gets man of the match, and you can kind of see why. Quick thinking from him. It's a semi-final. You've got a penalty 5 metres out. You know, you probably just take the 3 or settle things down, set a set move. No, he's got heads-up play. Concedes there's a bit of space out there for James Lowe. Northampton maybe not quite ready for it. Quick tap, long pass out wide, and Lowe over in the corner. So, yeah, man. Bold and quick thinking from Gibson Park gets James Lowe the try, and it kind of came from a few too many handling errors from Northampton early on. I mean, Hendy was the guy who dropped that particular one from a Gibson Park kick through, just put his team under a bit of territorial pressure, which then, Leinster did their thing relentless, wins the penalty, which leads to the tap. So, yeah, a drop ball kind of leads to that one, 7 points to 0. And then the second one, only a few minutes later, and again, it's James Lowe. This time it's the forwards with a 5 metre line out. They go close. And it's bloody Gibson Park again. When the ball pops up after Doris has gone close, he just slaps it out to his man Lowe. So Lowe gets 2 within a couple of minutes. And you got to give credit to Ross Byrne for the intercept, which kind of led to the territorial pressure again for Leinster. He didn't have the gas to get there, though. That's not Ross Byrne's game. But still, good for him to get his hands on the pill. 12 points to 0, though. He missed the conversion, and that's maybe one of the areas that they'll look back at this game and think, man, if Ross Byrne gets his kicks, this game is not as close as it is. But 12-0, you can't be too upset with that scoreline if you're a Leinster fan. It was going pretty well, and Northampton's errors were putting the team under pressure. They had limited possession, and what they did get, they're dropping a bit too much ball. Leinster managed to win themselves a scrum penalty as well on 28 minutes, which kind of balanced out that first one they'd conceded. So opt for the 15-0. And then from the restart, Northampton, the runners were in front of the kicker at the kicked restart. So I was shaking my head at that one thinking, man, Northampton are going to get flogged here. Like they're their own worst enemies at some points, just dropping the ball and that kind of unforced error. That being said, they did have their best chance of the game late in the first half when they actually managed to create a bit of space. They managed to get around that kind of Leinster defensive wall and ram. If the pass had been better, maybe gets Northampton on the board in terms of try time. But the pass to him is just a little bit behind him. It needed to be in front of him so he can hit the ball at pace. But he kind of had to stutter to keep the ball within arm's reach, and then, it's an awkward one and he drops it. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. They still managed to kick a penalty because they went back for the advantage, but, yeah, there weren't many opportunities for Northampton in the first half, and that would have been a good one for them to take when they finally did, as I said, kind of, cause the Leinster defence some problems. So, half-time, 15-3, it's not beyond Northampton, but it's certainly looking a long way back. I mean, especially when Leinster's had 64% possession. They've dominated the territory. And Northampton, despite having less ball, has had 8 knock-ons to 5. So they've had to make 109 tackles to 39. It's looking like it's going to go one way. That being said, Leinster a bit guilty in that second half of not putting the game away. They started well, and how good is it to see Ryan Baird galloping in space? Everybody loves to see that. Surely, even if you're an opposition fan, you love to see that guy just have a wee run. He did. That was from a kick return. Ryan Baird runs it back at you. Great stuff. Wee line break. Can't go all the way, though. But again, builds that territory for Leinster to go through those phases. Henshaw goes close on the right. They spin it the other way. And Lowe with the hat trick. So 20 points to 3. 20 points. That's as many points as Leinster get. That's why I say they'll be a bit disappointed with the second half in that their final score comes in the first 10 minutes. They go over half an hour without being able to put any more points on. The crowd was still getting behind them as well, because it's not like the crowd would just, oh, well, the game's won, we'll go have a few drinks. Like when they counter-rucked under pressure to win themselves a turnover on like 52 minutes, that was one of the biggest cheers of the game. So the crowd was very much still, this is a semi-final, this is game on. Wins the penalty for Leinster to have an exit after they'd been under a bit of pressure, and then Ryan Baird trying another run from a missed line-out, attacking Northampton line-out. He gets caught towards his own goal line. He can't break through this time, and that causes a maul turnover. Turnover means it's scrum time, but then Leinster win a scrum to kind of get them out of jail. But this is just starting to indicate Northampton's had a few chances here. Like Leinster's hanging on, they're able to get the exit, but they are certainly under a little bit of pressure. And then they get a bit of brilliance, man. Northampton, Hendy, that man who had kind of made the error for the initial try that Leinster scored way back in the first half, backs himself. Because Northampton's been putting a bit of boot to ball when they've not been able to get the kind of go forward. He puts a little chip through, chases it, gathers it himself, and suddenly, man, game on. 20 points to 10. They give away it's a great try, but they give away a stupid penalty not long later. Very kickable, but Ross Byrne misses that one. Like playing the 9, I think it was, from memory, but yeah, missed opportunity to make it a 13-point game. 20 points to 10 is still a 2-score lead, but not real comfortable. Big cheer for Cian Healy when he comes on, so big congratulations to him for... I think they said he broke the record for Champions Cup appearances, so that's massive. And his second appearance at Croke Park is the only guy, I don't know if it was his second, but he's the only guy who's played there before of all the guys who are playing today. And then, man, Seabrook on 76 minutes. I get the nail-biting finish I wanted. Like, if I'm going to get up at 4:30, I want some, I got up at 4:45. I want some tension. Got it. Kieran Frawley's injured, so Leinster are kind of down a man in the backfield. And left wing strike, man, wide ball, left. Great conversion from Finn Smith under pressure from the sideline. 20 points to 17 with only a few minutes to go. Looks like Leinster should be able to still, see out the game comfortably enough. That's given them a wee kind of slap in the face, the wake-up call. Surely, 16 phases. They're going to win a penalty. They're going to kick it. No, Northampton, turnover ball, go 50 metres. I reckon they could have scored if maybe things play out differently, but no, good scramble from Leinster. And then Caelan Doris and I think Jack Conan are able to win a turnover at the death. Leinster are able to kick it up the field, go through a couple more phases and scramble the thing out, but it didn't look comfortable at the end. It looked... I don't want to say panicked, but they were very happy just to get the ball off the field, weren't they? So, yeah, good win until final. But I still think there'll be a few questions asked about that one, which is it's a compliment to the team when you get through to a final and people are like, why didn't you win that one easier? Gibson Park, 2 try assists, man of the match, 100 passes. He's key, isn't he, to everything Leinster do. Low, 3 clean breaks, 3 tries, 4 defenders beaten. Doris 11 from 11 tackles, bit of a captain's knock from him. Alex Cole 17 from 18 tackles. Jono Augustus 5 defenders beaten, 53 metres. A few good individual performances. Teams wise, Leinster dominate the run meters, 356 to 266, 62% possession, 60% territory. Goal kicking 40%. Northampton 100. So, like I said, the game maybe could have been put to bed if the few more goal kicks were taken. But, Northampton 202 tackles to Leinster's 105. They had to do some defending in that game and still managed to get that close. gutting one, but I still think you'll be pretty happy if you're a Northampton fan that your team got that close, if I can say that. Happy is maybe not the right word, but anyway, well done, Leinster. You guys will be in London in a few weeks' time, and we wait to see who they will play. Will it be Quins? Will it be Toulouse? Kind of have to wait and see. But yeah, you guys let us know your thoughts on the game, and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.